Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, I need to tell you about the Pokemon trading card game because we have more news that once again shows it is absolutely crushing. And I don't mean it's doing well, and I don't mean it's proving to be quite successful, and I don't mean it's selling all right. I mean it is absolutely crushing. Now, I do need to give a massive shout out to lovely Primal Lugia over at PokeGuardian.com, who really was instrumental in getting this information together and making my job extremely easy making this video. One of my very favourite people in the community, I think is absolutely fair to say. But the headline, so to speak, is that in the second quarter of 2021, the top-selling product over the entirety of eBay over in Japan was Eevee Heroes. Literally every single possible product that can be sold on eBay Japan, and bearing in mind, with a few weird exceptions that you really should not be buying, basically anything can be sold on eBay Japan. This was the actual top-selling product over everything. And look, we know that Eevee Heroes is a spectacularly popular set. We knew when it was revealed that it was going to be a super popular set, and everything since then has done nothing to dissuade us. Eevee Heroes is a set which is all based around the Eevees. The Eevees are spectacularly popular in terms of Pokemon. So the fact that Eevee Heroes has gone and sold quite as well as it has really shouldn't be surprising absolutely anybody. Eevee Heroes is an absolute juggernaut, and it was always going to be a superbly well-selling set. But it is literally, for the second quarter of 2021, that is this year, the actual highest selling product on the whole of eBay Japan. The top 5 is on the screen right now. And I don't think we need to do a lot of analysis on this. Suffice it to say that Eevee Heroes is number 1, and that is pretty good. But the thing is, this is the 4th quarter in a row, that makes one entire year, where Pokemon cards have been the number 1 top-selling card on eBay. And again, I'm not saying Pokemon cards generally, I'm talking about a specific product. So, in both Q1 of this year and Q4 of last year, the number 1 selling product was Shiny Star V. Which, again, shouldn't really surprise anyone. Shiny Star V was an absolute monster in terms of hype and sales and things of that nature. Shiny Star V was absolutely huge. It was a juggernaut of a set. It was ridiculous, quite frankly, all right? In terms of how much it sold, it was ridiculous. And it got a few reprints and it kept selling. And like I say, for 6 months, it was the top-selling product in Japan, over on eBay at least. And then in Q3 of 2020, we saw Legendary Heartbeat, which was not quite as hyped, although let's be perfectly clear, it was still a very hyped set. It was still an extremely popular set. It's just not quite on the same level as something like Shiny Star V or Eevee Heroes, but it's still a very, very good set, an exciting set. Remember, it is a set that brought in those amazing rares, so that's kind of fun. And honestly, that was the big hook of it. And it was a very popular set, and it sold very well. So we've now got 4 quarters in a row where the Pokemon trading card game has been the number 1 selling product over in Japan. And frankly, it's gonna keep going. Like, there is almost no chance whatsoever that it's not gonna keep going, because the 25th anniversary set is coming. And as hyped as Eevee Heroes was, and it really was, and as hyped as Shiny Star V was, and it really was, I don't think anything in recent memory has been as hyped as the 25th anniversary set. And what is interesting, PokeGuardian have gone and told us that the 25th anniversary set, eBay is expecting it to be very popular. And yes, Yes, it is. The going rate for pre-orders at the moment on eBay in the US is about $400. Now, firstly, $400 is absolutely ridiculous. Now, over in Japan, the going rate for a booster box is 4,752 yen. And I am fully aware that most of you probably don't work too much in yen, although the rough guide from yen to dollars is divide it by 100, then take off 10%, and that will give you, it ain't perfect, let's be clear, and it changes every day, well, more than every day, but that's a rough guide. But it should cost $43. And 33 cents if you want to be a pedant about it. Which means that you're going from $43.33 to about $400, which is approximately 9.2 times as much. That is 9 times the retail price in Japan, or a markup of about 800%. Just over, in fact. Which is ludicrous. Now, the other thing to remember, and I have got to caution you here because I know some people are going to be upset. We've talked about this before, but let's be super clear now. Allocations are going to be strong for this set because of the hype. I don't know who these random people over on eBay selling these boxes are, but I can tell you that the announcement of who's won the lottery on the Pokemon Center in Japan hasn't happened yet. The announcement is happening next week. You're going to find out on August the 26th if you've won. Now, I have entered this lottery, and I am crossing my fingers so hard I get a box of this set. I lost the lottery for Fusion Arts, but I don't really care. The lottery for Fusion Arts was one I kind of wanted to win. I would like to have had a box, but it's not the end of the world. The lottery for this 25th anniversary set, however, oh my goodness, I want to win this so badly. And I will find out on Thursday if I've actually been successful or not. I'm going to cross my fingers from now until then. But the point is, they've not announced who's won the lottery. So I don't know. And, you know, the image I showed you on the screen, which did come from the lovely Primal Lugia, these are sold. These are people that have paid. These are not best offer accepted. These are not listings. These are actual sales. And I honestly don't know if people can guarantee. Also, shout out to the person that charged $150 shipping and the person who clearly didn't notice that when they bought it. That is going to lead to some arguments. But I'm not sure these are actually confirmed. And I'm willing to bet most of them probably aren't. And this is well, shall we say, a little bit of a problem. But that's a question for another day. Now, there are some other little facts we can go for. If we look at the top 10 highest transaction amounts in terms of value, you can see that collectible card games are sitting down at number 3, behind essentially collectibles and clothing and accessories. But it's outselling things like watches and video games and toys and men's clothing, which is ridiculous. More money is spent on trading card games than video games or men's clothing. That is crazy, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we saw a 655% growth rate, the third consecutive term for triple-digit growth, after an 833% rise in Q1 of this year and a 491% rise in Q4 2020. And these are ridiculous figures. Now, obviously here, we're talking about trading card games in general. We're not just talking about Pokemon, but Pokemon is the market leader. And a lot of this growth is going to be fueled by Pokemon. Obviously, the rise of the Digimon trading card game, which is selling brilliantly over in Japan, is obviously going to have some kind of impact here. And there's all the other card games, Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic, and a whole bunch of Japanese ones that you've probably never heard of. Unless, like me, you have a habit of buying Card Gamer magazine that you can't even really read properly yet, in which case you've probably heard of all of them. But the point is, it is trading card games generally, not just Pokemon, but I'm willing to bet that this growth is largely pushed by Pokemon. I could be wrong, of course, but I feel fairly confident that that is the deal here. I mean, a really nice example that was given by Poker Guardian was the PSA 10. Now, this is Espeon Prime, and it sold for 990,000 yen, or about $9,000. And on the one hand, hang on a second, is Espeon Prime really that rare? And on the other hand, it's not actually that simple. Because over here, Umbreon and Espeon Prime were in Undaunted, so they were very easy to get hold of. They were just in the set proper. Over in Japan, Umbreon and Espeon Prime were basically mail-aways when you were part of a particular club and earned enough points, and they were extremely hard to get hold of. So a PSA 10 of either of those cards will be very, very, very expensive indeed. You have been warned. And it is interesting, Primaluga also just sent me a lovely little link to an eBay US article, which is basically talking about the state of trading card games, or trading cards, it's not just games. And they talked about 142% domestic trading card growth. That means that trading card sales in the US grew by 142%. Which is absolutely ridiculous. There were 4 million more cards sold on eBay than in the prior year. Biggest growth, weirdly enough, being in soccer, but also big growth for basketball, hockey, football, and baseball. Huge growth in Australia, but also China, Canada, and Europe, with 162% growth generally. And there are some notable sales they went and popped in there as well. So, for instance, there was a Tom Brady rookie card that went for over $500,000. In terms of trading cards, there was a Magic Black Lotus that went for $500,000, and a first edition Shadowless Charizard that went for $300,000, which is kind of nuts. But you'll notice the top 5 there for collectible card games, they're all either Black Lotus Magic or they are Charizard. In terms of the most popular, the big growth there was in Pokemon trading cards. 574% increase in sales from 2019 to 2020, and it's up there above everything else. So it didn't have the biggest growth, but remember, it's hard to have the biggest growth when you're already number one. So yeah, huge growth for Pokemon in the US market as well. And just, it's number one, and it's not really that close, if I'm honest with you. So there we go, some nice little facts from the US market as well. Basically, the Pokemon trading card game market and the trading card game market as a whole are both booming. And I know that everybody wants to be trendy and predict that the bubble's about to burst and it's not going to last, but you're going to need to give me some kind of evidence or data to back that up, because the way it works at the moment is this game is absolutely crushing. But for now, I want to know what you think about all of this, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far, the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.